My name is Andrew. I was 17 years old living in Miller, South Dakota that late May night in 1991. My friends and I set out for what we anticipated to be an ordinary weekend night. Little did we know, that particular evening would transform into the most chilling encounter of my life. It was Friday evening around 10 p.m. My pals Alex, Eric, AJ, and I were hanging out indoors, engaged in playing Super Nintendo games and watching movies. When we realized we were out of drinks and snacks, Alex and I made the decision to head to the store. I kind of wanted some fresh air anyway. We'd been sitting inside for the past several hours. So we exited and made our way. In the small town of Miller, reaching any place on foot didn't require much time. Alex and I began our stroll towards the store, discussing the movie we had recently watched and brainstorming ideas for the remainder of the night. It was fairly late already, but it's the weekend, so it's pretty common for us to hang out well past midnight. Upon reaching the store, we grabbed some bottles of soda along with a selection of different snacks. Just outside the store, we both popped a soda and made our way back. On our return back to AJ's house, we planned to make a quick stop at another friend's place. Our friend Tim would usually hook us up with cigarettes when needed, as he was old enough to buy them. Approaching his house, we knocked on the door. While waiting, I glanced to my left and noticed something unusual. It appeared as though someone was standing on a large storage shed attached to a mill yard across the street. Curious, I wondered why someone would be up there. "Hey Alex, take a look at that," I said, tapping on his shoulder and pointing to the top of the shed. He also acknowledged it. Shortly after, the man faded into darkness. Tim then opened the door and stepped outside with us. We moved into the shadows, and he handed us some cigarettes and, to our surprise, a bottle of vodka he had managed to secure for us. We exchanged some money. "Do you want to chill tonight?" I asked Tim. He explained that he was a bit tired and planned to stay in. We headed back to AJ's to reunite with the boys. The anticipation of having a bottle of booze for the night had us buzzing with excitement. While aware that we were underage and perhaps shouldn't be drinking and smoking, the lack of anything to do in our town as teenagers left us seeking thrills wherever we could find them. Just before reaching AJ's, Alex spotted something in the sky just as we both heard a fairly loud shriek. "Hey, did you see that?" he asked, pointing up to the vast black emptiness above. "I don't see anything, but did you hear that noise?" I responded. "Yeah, I heard that. It looked like a giant bird or bat," he explained. "I scanned the sky but didn't see anything." "Whatever," he said, dismissing it casually. We met back with the boys, still occupied with Street Fighter. "Party time, guys," Alex announced upon entering the room. Eric and AJ swiftly put down their controllers and were excited about our unexpected gift. Alex zipped open his backpack to reveal the bottle of vodka. "Oh, hell yeah," AJ and Eric both said with excitement. We thought it would be sort of dull to simply hang out indoors all night, especially with such perfect weather. So AJ grabbed his backpack as well. We stuffed both backpacks with what we'll need for our adventure. "All right, let's go, boys," AJ said as he zipped up the backpack. We turned off the TV, the lights, then headed out. Not too far from AJ's stands an aging mill plant equipped with tall silos and such. We chose to walk along the train tracks that serviced the mill. Though it would be really dark, it helps conceal the fact that we're drinking. The glow of the well-lit moon did aid in seeing a bit. As we neared the tracks, gearing up for our walk, we thought it was a fitting moment to top off our soda bottles with vodka. Subsequently, we sparked up a few cigarettes and proceeded down the tracks. During strolls like these, our conversations predominantly revolved around high school experiences and girls, typical chatter for kids our age. The night remained remarkably quiet, with only the faint hum of distant cars, usual chirping night critters, and the occasional dog barks breaking the silence. "What's that up there?" Eric inquired. directing our attention to something perched on top of a tall mill silo. We all turned our gaze, remembering how earlier, Alex and I had observed someone standing on one of the nearby sheds. All of a sudden, the shape atop the structure enlarged. It seemed to be crouching and then straightened up, revealing a towering, ominous figure that looked to be more than 8 feet tall. "Holy crap, seriously? What is that?" AJ questioned. We all paused for a moment to observe. "There's no way that's a person," Eric said quietly. "It looks like what I saw earlier," I replied, and just as I had said that, the figure darted straight up into the air and disappeared. "Dude, we're not that drunk already, are we?" AJ remarked. We shared a laugh, but I couldn't help but feel incredibly creeped out by that thing. Continuing our aimless journey along the tracks, we began to pick up faint sounds of a train in the distance. "Looks like a train is coming," remarked Alex. AJ then moved to the side of the track opposite of the town. We followed. "Is it just me, or is that a blood moon?" Eric inquired while pointing upwards. "Oh, cool. I didn't know there was one tonight," I responded. It certainly looked like a blood moon, radiating a distinct red hue. Just moments later, a long, piercing sound startled all of us. That was not the train, AJ states. About 100 yards away, Alex observed 2 small red lights emerging from the trees ahead. "Dude, those look like eyes," Alex said. We were definitely feeling creeped out now. It appeared there was someone staring at us in the trees just ahead. "It's that thing from earlier," AJ added. With the train quickly approaching, we continued to walk slowly towards the lights. "Guys, I'm not feeling good about this," Eric voiced his concern. "Agreed. Let's go this way," I proposed, gesturing back towards the dimly lit town and away from the mysterious figure. Suddenly, the figure seemed to be advancing towards us. Feeling a sense of urgency, we hastened our walking pace to create more distance between. Another loud shriek echoed, heightening our unease. Eric began shouting profanities, and we all broke into a run. The train, seconds away, was on the verge of becoming a barrier between us and the approaching entity. "Keep running, guys," Alex's shout urged us on. The train horns blared as it passed. With my heart now racing, we continued running for a brief moment before regathering to catch our breath. Our attention shifted to the passing train, and a collective sigh of relief escaped us. However, confusion clouded our thoughts. What in the world was that, we thought? Without wasting time, we retraced our steps back to AJ's, keeping a vigilant eye out for any signs of that mysterious entity. Fortunately, we reached AJ's place without any more unexpected encounters. Eric seemed noticeably more agitated than the rest of us, appearing quieter and lost in his thoughts. The 3 of us engaged in conversation, discussing the sights and sounds we had experienced, contemplating how to articulate what we had witnessed. We had refrained from drinking for a while, and the buzz was gradually wearing off. Aside from Eric, the rest of us decided to spend the night at AJ's. Eric, who lived in an even smaller town a few minutes away by car, had called his parents to come and get him. We said our goodnights to Eric upon the arrival of his parents, and then proceeded to put on a movie before turning in for the night. This is where the narrative takes an unexpected turn. The following day, we received alarming news that Eric had been taken to the hospital. Reportedly, his index finger was cleanly severed and nowhere to be found. His family suspected he was concealing the truth, fearing to disclose an incident from the previous night to his parents. Honestly, we were all stunned upon learning this. We clarified that we had no knowledge of Eric's injury. Later on, during a discussion with Eric, he shared that the mysterious figure we had witnessed that night had revisited him at home. Upon awakening, he found it gazing at him with those red eyes, hovering just above his bed. It was at that moment he realized there was a pool of blood and his finger was gone. Then the pain settled in, and before comprehending the moment, the figure was gone. Alex, AJ, and I believed Eric's story. The residual effects of that night have burdened me with ongoing post-traumatic stress, prompting me to wonder if I will ever encounter that entity again. Although over 30 years have elapsed, the memory of that dark, shadowy figure, now referred to by my friends and I as the Raven Man, continues to haunt me to this day.